I remember I had like a pay-as-you-go phone that I bought in San Francisco.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And then I stayed with, I moved into Eddie If's house. It was meant to be there for 2 months.
Uh-huh.
And I've been there ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know you went right down there.
Yeah, he was like the only guy I knew.
Oh, yeah, because you knew him from Australia?
Yeah, I'd met him in Australia. We'd done gigs in South Africa together, and I'd met him in Britain. And so I went and stayed in his little box room that can just fit a double bed, and it's still what I sleep in to this day.
Wow.
Everyone thinks, HBO special, and I must be living the high life.
Right. You don't know?
I still live in this little tiny crappy bedroom, and Eddie has a lovely big bedroom. It's a nice house. But I'm only there a couple of days a week, so I don't worry.
It's just the two of you?
Just the two of us and a dog.
Wow.
We're like an old gay couple.
Yeah.
It's that weird thing. As soon as a dog's involved that we both take care of and stuff.
Yeah, then
it becomes a bit gay.
Yeah, it's like domestic partnership.
Well, Eddie's girlfriend has a dog as well that we could take care of as well, which is a little tiny dog that comes over. And I got a pinball machine in there. It was the only thing in the house that really looks like I own.
Right.
Because everything else is all eddied up.
Right. What's eddied up?
Oh, you got a lot of things in his house. Pictures of Eddie's achievements.
Really?
Yeah, it is a shrine to Eddie's career.
You have to bow when you walk in.
Yeah, there's like a medal from when he finished a triathlon. And there's like a picture of him when he played Vegas for the first time on the wall. Q magazine or whatever it is. GQ magazine once printed one of his jokes, and that's framed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You don't have anything besides a pinball.
I don't keep memorabilia really.
Yeah, I don't.
I've got a storage area in London that has a bit of stuff in it. There's I've got a rolled up billboard like a 20-foot long tarpaulin thing with my name on it.
Right.
And I don't know why I kept it, because I thought, well, it'll come in handy,
It'll come in handy. It's 20 feet.
Yeah, I know. And I got it rolled up, and I'm like, I could put that on the side of my house or something.
So people know where you live.
I got a little bit of the hoard in me, a little tiny bit of hoard. My mother's a hoarder,
right.
like off that TV show, and I've got a little bit of it myself.
Right.
I try to fight with it a bit.
Well, you can't hoard down in your place in LA.
I have a little thing that's like with that the big tarpaulin where I think, one day if I'm really famous, that'll be like some collector's like. And they're like the ego in a person to think, well, this could be worth a lot of money because I'm going to get so big that someone's going to have a Jim Jefferies room in their house.
Their own little shrine.
Yeah. Like not even someone like Eddie Izzard has fans that would pay thousands to have an old Eddie Izzard poster. It's just the comics don't get followings like that. There is a few.
Right.
I'm sure some old Richard Pryor promotional material is probably worth a bit of coin.
Yeah.
And maybe some Carling stuff, and definitely like old Lenny Bruce posters would be worth something to somebody.
Right.
But I don't see, I don't see anyone with a Jim Jefferies poster in their house.
Are those three guys, are those like some of your influences, those three?
Carling and Pryor, yeah. I was never a Bill Hicks guy.
Really?
Yeah, and I get compared to him a lot, and I never was a big Bill Hicks guy. In the modern era, Doug Stanhope, Louis C.K., they were the best sort of that generation. But Carling definitely, and Pryor was. The funny thing was, I liked Pryor as a child before I knew he was a stand-up comedian.
From Superman?
I like these movies, yeah. When I was a kid, I used to go mad. Like the Toy, like these really crap films, stir crazy and that. Me and my brothers loved these films, And I didn't know he was a stand-up. I didn't see him do stand-up till I was about fucking 18 when I saw Live in Concert for the first time.
Which is, that's probably the best one.
I think that's the best DVD.
Yeah.
Stand-up DVD in the world. That's the best one.
Yeah. Live in Concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. And even Pryor said that he thought that was his best one.
Yeah, that was the best one. And I think Live and Smoking or whatever.
That was the first one, where he bombs.
Yeah.
He bombs. It's weird.
It's like he's dying up there.
Yeah.
And he's in front of like a lunch board.
Yeah.
And like real fans will go, but you could see where he was going with his material. Nah. And the comedy purists, no, it's crap. It's really crap. I tried to enjoy it, like I bought it and I tried to enjoy it and I watched it several times and that's crap.
No, yeah, I've seen it once and then I was like, you know.
And it's like the audience is like nervous and he's standing in one position.
Right.
Like with the microphone in the stand.
The whole time.
Yeah, like, and then you see live in concert, it's like he's fucking jumping around and he's doing the impersonation of the dog jumping over the wall. And
right.
You know, and the shooting the car and all that.
That's one of the best bits ever. Yeah.
And when God speaks to him when he's eating too much pork and he has the heart attack.
Right. Yeah, and his kids. He was playing with his kids.
Yeah.
So when you started coming over here to the States, was it tough adjusting, or is it nah? Because I remember you said after your first tour you didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I do find the road here to be very hard. Getting on planes, pain in the ass. You know, the road in England's really easy. You just, you know, it's hardly ever is a gig more than 200 miles away from you because it's such a small place. You know, and so you get in the car, you drive up to the gig, and then you drive back.
Yeah,
you stay there for the weekend, but you drive back on the Saturday after you finished your last gig and you're home. Where here, you gig till Sunday, and then you got to get in on the Tuesday because you got to do radio on the Wednesday. So you get like one day off, and and you're leaving on Monday and you're flying. And
so it's more the scheduling, not the crowds.
No, the crowds are fine. Yeah, the crowds are fine.
It is cool seeing like from that first week you were here to now, how you have your own following now.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, because I remember when that first week, you're like, I'm more famous in England. like none of these people know who the fuck I am. And now you actually, because of the HBO special, you got like fans.
Yeah. Well, it's the American fan base is very loyal. Actually, they come and see me several times. Like,
really?
Which means I have to change my material a lot more than I'm more comfortable doing.
Right.
You know, because my fan base is small, but they see me like 2 or 3 times on the weekend, and then every time I come into their town, and you're like, fuck, I'd rather a bigger fan base that saw me occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, that would make life a bit easier. not that I'm bitching about the people coming all the time. Thank you. You know.
Right. But see, that's something I really respect, that you try and write new shit every year for them.
Yeah. I try.
Because there's like so many people who just don't give a fuck about that.
Well, I think the benchmark now is really Louis C.K.
Right.
He's bringing out an hour a year. I don't think he was always like that from what I've been told.
No, yeah, what I heard is that for 15 years it took him to get a 45-minute set.
Yeah.
And now every year he's kind of doing. It's insane how much he does.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right. So this fucking Jim's got something big coming up this weekend. He's going to Wrigley Field. Throw out the first pitch. on Thursday. You been practicing?
I have been, but I haven't. I'm feeling a bit under the weather at the moment, a bit fluey, so that's an excuse for me not to practice again.
Right.
I can find excuses not to go to the gym or to eat well.
Right. Have you gone to the gym since you've been in San Jose?
Once.
Did you?
Yeah, I went Friday.
All right.
It was more sitting around the sauna with a hangover, but I'm nervous. 60 feet is a long way.
As long as you get it to the catcher, I think you're fine.
That's what I'm nervous about. I don't want to throw a strike. I'm not even thinking about a strike.
Right.
I'm just thinking about the distance and not looking like a cock.
Right. And then you have to. You come out there with the jersey.
Yeah.
In front of all the people.
And I'll wear the hat as well. I'm not gonna.
Little Cubbies hat.
Yeah, I know that my head's going to be on the Megatron, and I don't like that. I've had things like that before where you just look at yourself in a big screen. Like I did a Kevin and Bean in LA do a charity gig. It was like 7,000 people at the Gibson. They had a big Megatron screen behind us of our heads when we came and did our sets, and no, I don't like it. I think that's how people look at me. Because in your head, you think you look different. When you look in the mirror, you always hold your head on an angle where,
right.
where your jaw's or you're looking at yourself straight on. But if you just tilt your head like 2 degrees, all of a sudden you're fat and bald and straight on.
And then you got to sing.
Take me out to the ball game.
Did you been practicing?
I've been practicing 2 ways. I got 2 options. I got the jokey way, which is just yelling it like a drunk, like "Take me out to the ball game," which is one option.
That's how retarded.
But then there's the option of trying to do it seriously, which to me is more Frank Sinatra would take me out to the ball game.